Hello friends, I'm Mudassir Hamid and welcome to the next lecture on common human diseases. In the previous lecture we discussed about AIDS. AIDS में हमने बहुत कुछ पढ़ा था, like हमने causative agent of AIDS पढ़ा था. The causative agent of AIDS as we know now is a virus which is known as human immunodeficiency virus. उसमें हमने पढ़ा कि कैसे ये HIV एक होस्ट सेल के अंदर एंट्री मारता है, then how it multiplies itself in the host cell, then how it produces new virus particles to infect other cells. Then we discussed about the transmission of HIV from one person to another. We discussed about the symptoms, diagnosis and all that. Today in this lecture we will be discussing about another common human disease which is very dreadful, very dangerous and dreadful disease, and that dangerous and dreadful disease is cancer. हमारी बॉडी में सेल प्रोलिफरेशन एंड सेल ग्रोथ को कंट्रोल करने के लिए, रेगुलेट करने के लिए एक मैकेनिज्म होता है. एंड इफ दिस मैकेनिज्म इज ब्रोकन, इफ दिस मैकेनिज्म इज altered, if this mechanism is lost, this normal cell will be converted into an abnormal cell which undergoes an uncontrollable division to produce an undifferentiated mass of cells. And this cell is now known as a cancer cell, right? So, cancer is basically an undifferentiated mass of cells. This undifferentiated mass of cells is known as a tumor. It is also known as neoplasm. This undifferentiated mass of cells is produced by uncontrollable cell division. And uncontrollable cell division occurs only when a normal cell is converted into a cancer cell. This conversion of a normal cell into a cancer cell is known as malignant transformation. Right? And this malignant transformation occurs due to breakdown of controlling and regulatory mechanism. For cell growth and proliferation. Now the question arises, what is the reason behind this breakdown of controlling and regulatory mechanism? The reason behind this is हमारी बॉडी में कुछ कैंसर कॉजिंग जीन्स ऑलरेडी होते हैं हमारे जीनोम में. Those cancer causing genes are inactive. And those inactive cancer causing genes are known as proto-oncogenes. Right? If these proto-oncogenes are converted into their active forms are known as oncogenes. They will result in the breakdown of the controlling mechanisms for cell proliferation and cell growth. And ultimately, a normal cell gets converted into a malignant cell, the process being known as malignant transformation. जैसे ही एक सेल का malignant transformation होता है, this cell starts to divide uncontrollably and produces a mass of cells. That mass of cells is known as a tumor, or it is also known as a neoplasm. Right? There are some cancers in which tumors are not seen, like leukemias. Leukemias are the blood cancers, and here no tumors are found. Instead, there occurs an increase in the number of blood cells, particularly the increase in the number of leukocytes. Okay. Let me tell you more about these tumors. Tumors दो तरह के हो सकते हैं. The first one is the malignant tumor, and malignant tumors are simply the cancer tumors or cancerous tumors. The second one, the second category of tumors is the benign tumors. These benign tumors are non-cancerous tumors. So, malignant tumors. These are cancerous tumors. They have got the property of metastasis. बहुत important property है, very harmful, very dangerous. What is this metastasis? Metastasis का मतलब है अगर इस ट्यूमर से कुछ पार्ट कट जाएगा, ब्रेक हो जाएगा, some cells, if broken from this tumor, they migrate via the body fluids to some other sites of the body, और वहाँ जम के वहाँ proliferate होके नया ट्यूमर क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. That is, आसान भाषा में हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि मेटास्टेसिस का मतलब है कैंसर का बॉडी के एक लोकेशन से दूसरी लोकेशन पर ट्रांसफर होना. सो आई कैन राइट हियर मेटास्टेसिस मतलब माइग्रेशन ऑफ कैंसर सेल्स फ्रॉम वन लोकेशन ऑफ द बॉडी टू अदर. Third important feature of this malignant tumor is these are undifferentiated masses. Of cells, and in them the cells divide very rapidly. In contrast, if we talk about benign tumors, the benign tumors are non-cancerous tumors. They lack the property of metastasis. In them, the cells divide very slowly, or they don't divide at all. Very slow, or no division of cells. One more thing about these benign tumors is that इनके ऊपर एक पतला सा कनेक्टिव टिश्यू कोटिंग होता है. Here, this connective tissue coating is absent in case of malignant tumors. Right. So malignant tumors are the cancerous tumors, और इन cancerous tumors के अंदर, malignant tumors के अंदर cancer cells होती है। इन cancer cells की कुछ properties होती हैं। Properties of cancer cells. The first one is they stimulate their own growth. सेकेंड वन, अगर बॉडी में कहीं से कुछ इनहिबिटिंग सिग्नल आ जाए जो इनके ग्रोथ को, इनके प्रोलिफरेशन को इनहिबिट करना चाहता हो, ये उस इनहिबिटरी सिग्नल को रेजिस्ट करते हैं। दे रेजिस्ट द इनहिबिटरी सिग्नल्स फॉर देयर ग्रोथ। एंड प्रोलिफरेशन। तीसरा इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर इनका यह है कि दे लैक कंटैक्ट इनहिबिशन। व्हाट इज दिस कंटैक्ट इनहिबिशन? कि नॉर्मल सेल्स जैसे डिवाइड होते हैं, ग्रो होते हैं, if they come in contact with other neighboring cells, इनका डिवीजन रेट स्लो हो जाता है, ग्रोथ रेट स्लो हो जाता है, अनकंट्रोलेबल ग्रोथ इनका नहीं होता as soon as they come in contact with the normal cells, as soon as they come in contact with other neighboring cells. But cancer cells के साथ ऐसा नहीं है. When they come in contact with other neighboring cells, other neighboring cancer cells or normal cells, they don't restrict their growth. They continue to grow uncontrollably. They continue to divide uncontrollably, thereby creating an undifferentiated mass. That undifferentiated masses are known as a neoplasm, right? So these cancer cells lack the property of contact inhibition. Okay, let me tell you about the types of cancers, right? The first one is carcinoma. Carcinomas are the cancers of ectodermally and endodermally originated tissues. The cancers of ectodermally and endodermally originated tissues, like the cancers of epithelial cells. The second type is sarcomas. Sarcomas are the cancers of mesodermally originated tissues. These are the two main types of cancers. इनके अलावा हम cancers को नाम दे सकते हैं according to the organ, according to the part of the body which is suffering from cancer, like leukemias. Leukemias are the blood cancers. Lymphomas. Lymphomas are the cancers of lymphoid tissues. Then melanomas. Melanomas are the cancers of pigment cells of the skin. Then adenomas. Adenomas are the cancers of glands. Then gliomas. These are the cancers of glial cells of nervous system. Particularly glial cells are found in the central nervous system, like microglial cells, macroglial cells, etc., etc. So let us discuss about the causes of these cancers. Cancers are caused by a variety of agents. These agents can be chemical agents, physical agents, or biological agents. These agents which cause cancers are known as carcinogens. Cancer causing agents. They are known as carcinogens. कार्सिनोजेनिक एजेंट्स और कार्सिनोजेंस. कुछ देर पहले हमने आपको बताया कि एक्चुअली बॉडी में हमारे इनएक्टिव कैंसर कॉजिंग जीन्स होते हैं विच आर नोन एज प्रोटोऑन्कोजीन्स, and if those proto-oncogenes are converted into their active forms, that is oncogenes, they result in the formation of some proteins which are responsible for the breakdown of regulatory and regulatory and controlling mechanisms of cell proliferation, and ultimately the cells undergo uncontrollable cell division and result in the formation of tumors. Right? The point here is the conversion of these proto-oncogenes into their active form, that is oncogenes, occurs because of these cancer-causing agents which are known as carcinogens. Right? So, if a cancer-causing agent hits a proto-oncogene and that proto-oncogene somehow gets converted by this hit into an oncogene, then all that जो हमने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले पढ़ा सब कुछ processes होती हैं and ultimately a tumor is formed, right? And what types of carcinogens are we exposed to? हमारे environment में, हमारे nature में बहुत तरह के carcinogens होते हैं, like physical carcinogens. For example, physical carcinogens में सबसे important example है UV radiations. UV radiations are responsible for the occurrence of cancers of skins. Since skin is the epithelial tissue and epithelial tissues are ectodermally or endodermally originated, therefore we can say that these skin cancers are included in the category of carcinomas, right? There are some chemical carcinogens as well. Chemical carcinogens like soot. Soot is that black powder which is got from chimneys, right? This soot is responsible for lung cancers. Second one is the smoke, cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoke contains a chemical which is known as N-nitrosodimethyl. And this cigarette smoke, this N-nitrosodimethyl is responsible for lung cancers. Then there is coal tar smoke. It contains a chemical which is known as benzopyrene. And this benzopyrene is responsible for, again, lung cancers. Benzopyrene is responsible for lung cancers. Also, they are to some extent responsible for skin cancers. Right? Then there comes aflatoxins. You might be knowing about these aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are the chemical substances secreted by some members of kingdom fungi, right? Aflatoxins are responsible for liver cancers. Aflatoxins cause liver cancers. Okay, there are other chemical carcinogens like cadmium oxide. These cadmium oxides is responsible for prostatic cancer. Right. Apart from these chemical carcinogens, there are many other chemical carcinogens, but मेरे ख्याल में इतने याद रखना काफ़ी होगा. इनके अलावा there are some biological carcinogens, and those biological carcinogens include viruses. The biological agents which cause cancers are usually viruses, and these viruses are known as oncoviruses. Biological carcinogens. So, viruses which cause cancers, which cause the conversion of proto-oncogenes into oncogenes are known as oncoviruses. कुछ examples हम लगाएंगे. The first one is Rous sarcoma virus. Rous sarcoma virus, right? This Rous sarcoma virus causes sarcomas in chicken. Another one is Epstein-Barr virus. Epstein-Barr virus. This Epstein-Barr virus is responsible for Burkitt's lymphoma. Lymphoma मैंने पहले भी बताया है. Lymphoma is the cancer of lymphoid tissues. So Burkitt's lymphoma is usually Burkitt's lymphoma is caused by Epstein-Barr virus, and it is usually found in African populations. The third one is the third virus which can cause cancers, which can result in the formation of oncogenes from proto-oncogenes, is herpes simplex virus. herpes simplex virus. These viruses are responsible for uterine and cervical cancers in women. Right? So these were the important causative agents, important causes of cancers. These causative agents are causative agents of cancer are known as carcinogens. मैं थोड़ा सा जल्दी रिपीट मारूंगा. These carcinogens क्या, what do they do? ये काम क्या करते हैं? Carcinogens proto-oncogenes को oncogenes में convert कराते हैं. Then oncogenes produce certain types of proteins which result in the failure, which result in the breakdown of controlling mechanisms for cell proliferation. तो cells क्या काम करती हैं? They divide uncontrollably and produce a mass of cell. That mass of cell is known as a tumor or neoplasm, and this tumor or neoplasm is basically malignant and is known as a cancer. Right? Next, we will discuss about the detection and diagnosis of cancers. Detection and diagnosis of cancers. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट मेथड कैंसर डिटेक्ट करने का, डायग्नोस करने का बायोप्सी है. The tissue which may be suffering from the cancer, which may be suffering from the malignancies, उस टिश्यू को काटा जाता है थोड़ा सा उसका पोर्शन काट के उसको बायोप्सी के लिए, हिस्टोपैथोलॉजिकल स्टडीज के लिए भेजा जाता है. Those biopsies, those histopathological studies confirm whether the cells which we have cut from the tissue are malignant or not. Right? The second one is blood and bone marrow studies. In case of leukemias, in case of blood cancers, ब्लड या फिर बोन मैरो का स्टडी किया जाता है, हिस्टोपैथोलॉजिकल स्टडी, एंड फ्रॉम हिस्टोपैथोलॉजिकल स्टडीज we can diagnose whether the blood cells, whether the bone marrow cells are suffering from malignancies or not. The next method of diagnosis of cancers is radiography. सबसे important method है ये internal organs के cancers को diagnose करने के लिए. Radiography में हम use कर सकते हैं X-rays. Right? We can also use here CT scans जिनको हम बोलते हैं. CTs are computed tomography techniques. Then we can use MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, etc. These radiography techniques are responsible for the detection of cancers of internal organs. Right? कभी कभार हम मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजी टेक्निक्स भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Molecular biology techniques are used to identify the genes that are susceptible to undergo transformation into oncogenes. Right? Molecular biology techniques से हम पता लगा सकते हैं कि कोई जीन ज़्यादा ससेप्टेबल है फॉर कन्वर्जन फ्रॉम प्रोटो ऑन्कोजीन टू ऑन्कोजीन, देन उस जीन को हम ट्रीट कर सकते हैं, उस जीन के ऊपर हम काम कर सकते हैं, राइट। देन we will discuss a little bit about the treatment of this cancer. Treatment of cancers is very hard, very tough. हाँ, cancers अगर फर्स्ट स्टेज में हो तो इनको ट्रीट किया जा सकता है। फर्स्ट स्टेज मतलब अगर कैंसर्स, अगर ट्यूमर्स मेटास्टेटिक स्टेज में ना आए हों तो हम इनको ट्रीट कर सकते हैं। एंड ट्रीटमेंट के लिए 3 तरीके बताए गए, राइट। द फर्स्ट वन इज रेडियोथेरेपी, सेकेंड वन इज सर्जरी, एंड थर्ड वन इज कीमोथेरेपी। सर्जरी से जो कैंसरस टिश्यू है, मैलिग्नेंट टिश्यू है, मैलिग्नेंट टिश्यू को काट के बाहर निकाला जाता है। एंड टू एंश्योर वेदर द होल मैलिग्नेंट टिश्यू हैज बीन कट आउट, उसके ऊपर रेडियोथेरेपी की जाती है, माने रेडिएशंस इंसिडेंट किए जाते हैं। बट रेडिएशन इंसिडेंट इस तरह किए जाते हैं कि हेल्थी टिश्यूज को कोई नुकसान ना हो। एंड फाइनली कीमोथेरेपी की जाती है। कीमोथेरेपी मीन्स chemicals or drugs are given to the patient, but in drugs का साइड इफेक्ट बहुत खतरनाक होता है। The side effects include hair loss, loss in body weight, and anemia. Right? ज्यादातर ये तीनों चीजें, तीनों मेथड्स कॉम्बिनेशन में यूज किए जाते हैं टू ट्रीट कैंसर्स, राइट। यहां पर मैं एक और इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट बताना चाहूंगा कि ट्यूमर सेल्स जो होते हैं, कैंसर सेल्स जो होते हैं, these tumor cells, देखा गया है कि these have the ability to avoid detection and destruction by immune system, right? They have got the ability to avoid detection and destruction by immune system. इसलिए एक और अप्रोच यूज हम कर सकते हैं, राइट। एंड दैट अप्रोच इज पेशेंट को, कैंसर पेशेंट को कुछ बायोलॉजिकली रिस्पॉन्स मॉडिफायर्स दिए जाते हैं, कुछ केमिकल्स दिए जाते हैं विच आर नोन एज बायोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स मॉडिफायर्स। These biological response modifiers, what they do, they stimulate the immune system, they stimulate the components of immune system to show response against these tumor cells. बहुत सारे biological response modifiers होते हैं, and one of the important examples of these biological response modifiers are alpha interferons. मतलब अगर हम किसी ट्यूमर पेशेंट को, कैंसर पेशेंट को अल्फा इंटरफ्रॉन्स दे दें, इंजेक्ट करें, दीज अल्फा इंटरफ्रॉन्स मॉडिफाई द बायोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स अगेंस्ट दीज ट्यूमर सेल्स। मींस ये ट्यूमर सेल्स की एबिलिटी को चेंज कर देता है। ट्यूमर सेल्स की एबिलिटी क्या होती है? दे आर एबल टू अवॉइड इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स। तो ये इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स इन ट्यूमर सेल्स के अगेंस्ट क्रिएट कराता है। ओके